Okay, so I want to tell a little story about this guy I used to know named Andrew. Andrew Chavis, aka Uncle Ogre. Andrew slash Uncle Ogre was the uncle of, my friend in middle school, James Reichert. You heard my Christina Borriello stories. You know about Kenny, right? Well, this was his other uncle. And father's other brother. And we called him Uncle Ogre because not only was he fat and ugly, and he had this big-ass beard and like a long ponytail, and he kind of reminded us of an ogre. Kind of like a human version of Shrek. But, like, this guy was one of the meanest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life, right? Like the majority of people in this world, even if they're assholes, are still nice to kids to a point. No, not this guy. Like, this guy was a total dick to me and James. And he lived with James, too. In his own part of the house, his own apartment. But they lived in the same house. So he had to see this motherfucker every day. I was at least able to go home and avoid him. But yeah, he was so mean and gave us so much shit. And me and James weren't even allowed to play in the house when Andrew was home. Because he'd just tell us to get the fuck out of the house. Like, what are you assholes doing in my house? Get the fuck outside. Go play in the yard before I kick your asses. Just get out. So I barely saw the inside of James's house in like the 3-4 years we were friends. Yeah, only his front and backyard. And this guy was also a fucking sociopath. Including one time where he pretty much tried to kill me. Right, so I'm riding my bike down Otsego Avenue. It's the street that Christina Borriello lived on. They lived right down the block from each other, Christina and James. And James lived on this street called Seaman Neck Road, which Otsego intersected. So I'm riding my bicycle west on Otsego, and then it turns into Seaman Neck Road, goes around this curve. And I have to go by, like, James's block, like the intersection. And I'm riding up to the intersection. I see this car coming down Seaman Neck. And I'm like, well, it's kind of far away. I could beat it through the intersection, no problem. So I, like, step on the pedals and speed up. And I'm about to go through the intersection. At the last minute, this fucking car slams on the gas. And, like, it was like an old muscle car, Mustang or whatever. This car had some pop in it. So it fucking speeds up and it ends up like missing me by about 2 feet, like running me the fuck over. And as this car is speeding past me, I look and it's Uncle Ogre just staring at me with this like shit-eating grin on his face, like, and also he's probably disappointed, like, God damn it, I fucking missed him. I almost killed that little motherfucker. He's like, you're lucky, kid. Next time I ain't gonna miss. Ain't gonna miss. Yeah, he was definitely a fucking asshole. Like I said, me and James were both scared shitless of him. Because he was scary looking and he weighed like 300 pounds. And yeah, not a guy we wanted to fuck with or get in his way. And now you really know why. He tried to run me over with his car. And the funny thing is that a few years later, I'm delivering for the Lisa Pizza, if you've heard those stories. And all of a sudden, I see on a ticket one day, like 201 Seaman Neck Road. I'm like, that's James's old house. What? James didn't live there anymore. He moved out. But I'm like, oh shit, I might deliver to Uncle Ogre. Maybe he's still there. So I knock on the door, and who answers but old Ogre? And I go thinking, oh God. Is this guy going to recognize me? Is he going to be like, what the fuck are you doing at my house? What are you delivering pizza? Would you drop out of high school, you fucking loser? Can't get a real job? Whatever. Always giving everybody shit. But for some weird reason, he was so nice, right? I don't think this guy had ever been this nice in his life. Not when I knew him. He's like, hey, kid, how you doing? I don't think he even recognized me. He didn't acknowledge me. But he was all nice, like, hey, kid, how you doing? You having a nice day? But what the fuck's wrong with him? It was almost scaring me, the guy was being so nice to me. Like, I'm waiting for him to, like, punch me or do something mean. Like he's trying to punk me. No, he was nice all the way through. He's like, oh, you know what? Thanks for the food. Here's your tip. Give me a nice tip. And like everything. Okay, what was that? Is this the same guy or does he have a nice twin brother? That's not like him at all. So next time I see Christina, I go, hey, Christina, you know I delivered a pizza to Uncle Ogre the other day? Andrew? She's like, yeah. Like, he was so nice to me. He was like the nicest guy in the world. He even gave me like an $8 tip. I was like, yeah, because he was probably fucking high. You know how much weed that guy smokes? He don't give a shit when he's high. I'm like, oh. Yeah, but still, you can be an asshole when you smoke weed too. It doesn't matter. But whatever, yeah. So that was my little story about Andrew, a.k.a. Uncle Ogre, James Reichert's other uncle, who's a total asshole, scary guy we didn't want to be anywhere near. He didn't want to be near us either. He tried to run me over with his car on purpose. And for some reason, when I met him years later and gave him a pizza, he was nice as fuck, which kind of skeeved me out even more. What a guy. What a fucking guy.